The military prowess of any country is inseparable from the machinery and weaponry at their disposal. While there are the usual trucks that we are used to seeing on the battlefield, some vehicles deployed by military forces worldwide are nothing short of unbelievable. Today, we go the military way and try to look at the different types of vehicles that aid in their operations. Here are the 12 most insane military vehicles in the world, from the size, performance, and appearance. We bet you haven't seen any of this. More reason to watch this video till the end. However, note that the thumbnail for our video is fictional and is for entertainment purposes, although every vehicle in our list is very real. But before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more of our awesome content. Like and share the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for timely updates of our weekly uploads. Let's get it on! 1. The Crusher. To start us off is an autonomous off-road unscrewed combat vehicle, Christian's Crusher. At 13,200 pounds, or approximately 6,000 kilograms, a Crusher, also known as a robot, is a crewless combat vehicle that can travel over rough terrain, wooden slopes, and rocky creek beds. This fantastic military machine can turn 180 degrees in place, raise and lower its suspension by 30 inches, more than 1/2 the diameter of its wheels, and that allows it to lean to the side. The Crusher can effortlessly carry 8,000 pounds of combined armor and cargo, making it one of the most effective cars on the battlefield. Apart from its carriage prowess, the Crusher can see enemy troops from over 2 miles away, with its state-of-the-art cameras. Additionally, it can climb up slopes of more than 40 degrees and travel with more than 30 degrees of a slope to the side. This fantastic robot vehicle's maximum speed limit is 26 miles per hour, but it can only sustain that speed for less than 7 seconds. The military robot vehicle has space frames made of aluminum and titanium and has skid plates to protect it from heavy blows from objects like boulders. Finally, this military machine boasts a hybrid engine capable of traveling several miles on one battery. The Crusher is the best vehicle suited for missions such as fire support, reconnaissance, and medical evacuation. The Crusher is the perfect example of how technology has advanced the military world. 2. Wolverine. Next up, we take a look at Wolverine, an armored vehicle designed to carry, emplace, and retrieve an assault bridge capable of supporting heavy loads. The Wolverine is a combat support system that integrates advanced bridging, hydraulic, and electronic control capabilities into a single, survivable system. Wolverine fills the need for a combat gap crossing capability with the same mobility, survivability, and transportability as the M1 Abrams tank. This essential military machine consists of an M1 Abrams tank, chassis modified to transport, launch, and retrieve a military load chassis, MLC across gaps of up to 24 meters, and believe it or not, as huge as it appears, the Wolverine is air transportable in the CA-5 aircraft. A crew of 2 sitting with the hull operate the system. This military engineering vehicle was created by General Dynamics Land Systems. Once a bridging site is chosen, the vehicle securely anchors itself in place with a spade. The 2 sections of the bridge are joined together, and then the entire bridge is extended across the obstacle and dropped into place. The crewmen have the ability to make minor corrections during launch if needed. Once the operations are complete, the Wolverine drives across the bridge and retrieves it from the other side. By merely reversing the process, the bridge can be launched in under 5 minutes or retrieved in less than 10 minutes, all without the crewmen ever leaving the safety of their vehicle. To date, the United States Army has received 44 Wolverines, which have been distributed to a few select engineer units. This shows how helpful this machine is. 3. Jabaria. Next up, we take a look at the Jabaria Defense Systems Multiple Cradle Launcher, an artillery rocket system that can fire 240 rockets at targets with a maximum range of about 23 miles. The system, considered the world's strongest 122mm artillery rocket system, boasts 4 rocket launchers attached to a 10-wheeled semi-trailer, each carrying a 122mm rocket. When fired, the rockets can destroy an area of 4 square kilometers. The United Arab Emirate Army requested a rocket artillery battery to be mounted on one vehicle. They were using 6 vehicles and up to 30 soldiers to do what Jabaria can do single-handedly. With a team of just 3, this military machine can prove to be apocalyptic. After launching the rockets, the system can relocate and continue firing rockets if it has not launched its entire payload. Or, if it has, then is rearmed by a support vehicle with 30 minutes. The operator of the launcher can choose how many and which pods he fires. All rockets can be fired in under 2 minutes, making the firing rate clock just under 2 rounds per second. This military powerhouse machine is said to function as a combined form of BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launcher. It was developed by a joint venture between AI Jabaria Land Systems and Rocketson. Getting to be recognized as the world's best artillery system requires some nerves for sure, and the Jabaria defense system flaunts precisely that. 4. Fennec. Our next military vehicle is frequently used by the Royal Netherlands Army, and that has borrowed a name from a species of a small desert fox, both called Fennec. LGS Fennec, a light armored reconnaissance vehicle, is a German-produced military vehicle, mostly suited for colonizing the desert terrains. The Fennec has 4 wheels with selectable 2- or 4-wheel drive. The driver from inside the vehicle can regulate the tire pressure to suit the terrain conditions. Its powerful diesel engine enables it to achieve a top speed of 115 kilometers per hour. The primary mission equipment is an observation package mounted on an extendable mast. The Fennec is also fitted with numerous sensors, a thermal imager, a daylight camera, and a laser rangefinder, combined with the car's GPS and inertial navigation system. The Fennec operator can accurately mark targets or points of interest and then pass that data to the digital battlefield network. The observation package's sensors head of Fennec can also be removed and mounted on a tripod for concealed operation. Various weapons are fitted in this military vehicle, such as a 12.7mm machine gun, anti-tank missile, and automatic grenade launcher. Any military worldwide looking for a vehicle that can protect against nuclear attack, biological and chemical warfare should drop all prospect machines and pick Fennec. 5. Caspian Sea Monster. Next up, we look at Caspian Sea Monster, a military vehicle that will leave you asking yourself lots of questions like, is it a boat? Is it a plane? And why is it called a monster anyway? Let's have a look. The Loon-class Ekranoplan, colloquially known as the Caspian Sea Monster, is arguably a mishmash of all three. The Soviet Union developed the behemoth craft as a sort of a hybrid between airplanes and ships. This sea monster can actually move over water without touching it. First entered service in 1987, it was the only one of its class to be completed and spent the past 3 decades hidden away at a pier in southern Russia. In June 2020, the Loon was slowly shepherded along the Caspian Sea's shore and pulled from the water by 3 tugboats and 2 escort vessels. No easy feat considering the airplane weighs a massive 380 tons and has a 148-foot wingspan, while the dilapidated sea monster currently looks like nothing more than a ginormous hunk of aerodynamic scrap metal. It was once a formidable machine, fitted with 8 gusty turbofans. The sea monster could hit a speed of up to 340 miles per hour and launch 6 anti-ship missiles from the flight. The Kranoplans covered the vast inland water body between the Soviet Union and Iran, which scored them the nickname Caspian Sea Monster. The supersized relic, which is currently sitting on a stretch of coast in the south of Russia, will be the centerpiece of a new military museum called Patriot Park. If you ever find yourself in Russia, you could pass by to take a look. 6. M3 Amphibious Rig. Our next watch is a bit different, a bit nasty. The M3 Amphibious Rig, a self-propelled amphibious bridging vehicle used for the projection of tanks and other vehicles across water obstacles. Originally developed by German firm EWK, the M3 succeeded the conceptually similar M2, made by the same company. Like its predecessor, the M3 Amphibious Rig transverses roads on its 4 wheels, deploying 2 large aluminum pontoons for buoyancy on water. The development of the M3 Amphibious Rig started in 1982, with the final prototype delivered 10 years later in 1992. The gigantic military car is self-deployed by road, operating as a 4x4 wheeled vehicle, with a maximum road speed of 80 kilometers per hour. And on a full load, this baby can swim at 14 kilometers per hour. Before it is driven into the water for an amphibious operation, the 2 large aluminum pontoons are deployed, unfolding them along its hull length. Multiple rigs may be joined by long connectors called ramps, 4 of which are carried on each vehicle to bridge across a water obstacle. Within 15 minutes, a total of 8 amphibious rigs can be coupled together to form a 100-meter long bridge. It has a payload capacity of 85 tons for tracked vehicles and 132 tons for wheeled vehicles. The M3 amphibious rig is powered by a diesel engine, developing 400 horsepower. This military machine is operated by a crew of 3. It is fascinating how a machine developed over 30 years ago still catches our imagination. That is what we call legendary engineering and craftsmanship. 7. Keeler. Let's now have a look at Keeler, a German-made mine-clearing vehicle that has been in existence for decades. Want to know why? Because it is agonizingly effective. They say intelligence is the most significant step towards winning a war. Would you imagine walking into a mine-infested field? Well, that problem is precisely why Keeler was developed. This military vehicle's primary role is to clear a lane through the minefield to let soldiers and vehicles pass safely. A deployable mine flail system has been fixed to the front of the military vehicle to clear both anti-tank and anti-personnel mines. Keeler is built on the M48 Platoon medium tank hull. Developers removed the patent turret and fitted the military vehicle with a heavy-duty rotor-powered mine flail, a rapidly rotating cylinder mounted between 2 arms in front of the military vehicle, consisting of 2 shafts with 24 chains, terminating in large metal feet. In travel mode, the mine flail folds over this Keeler. This military vehicle can clear a lane 15 feet wide and 390 feet long in just 10 minutes. An automatic system attached to the rear of the hull marks the clear lane. The Keeler military vehicle has no defensive weapons except its smoke grenade discharges. It is operated by a crew of 2, a driver and a commander. Keeler is one of those machines that revolutionized the military world. Soldiers can now move into the battlefield without fear of getting stuck in mine bombs and explosives. 8. Tupolev Tu-160. Our next watch is something out of this world. The Russian Swan, the world's biggest and fastest supersonic airplane that holds a whole 46 world records, so you could call it Captain Marvel. Tupolev Tu-160 is nicknamed White Swan, as the white coating on the entire airplane protects its crew. The Russian original bomber can carry 12 strategic cruise missiles Kh-55, which has a maximum range of 3,000 kilometers, and is armed with a 200 kilotons nuclear warhead. The airplane can also carry Kh-15P, which has a range of up to 200 kilometers. The kickback can be fitted with a conventional 250 kilogram warhead, or a nuclear warhead. Tupolev Tu-160 can carry a range of aerial bombs with a total weight of up to 40 tons. The airplane is highly computerized, and the avionics system include an integrated aiming, navigation, and flight control system, with navigation and attack radar and electronic countermeasure systems and automatic controls. This military warhead uses fly-by-wire controls. The airplane is equipped with 3-strut landing gear, a tail wheel, and brake parachute. To take off, it requires a 3.5-kilometer runway of solid concrete. The crew of Tupolev Tu-160 comprises a pilot and a co-pilot. Given the new lease of life, the bomber may not be stealthy, but is definitely a lethal weapon in Russia's hands. 9. BVS10 Viking. Next up is the amazing BVS10 Viking, an amphibious all-terrain armored vehicle manufactured by the British company BAE Systems. The BVS10 Viking comprises 2 tracked vehicle units linked by a steering mechanism. This military vehicle offers a load capacity of 3 to 5 tons. It has the same superior mobility in rugged terrain as the other vehicles in its class. The BVS10 Viking vehicle is operated in temperatures from negative 46 degrees Celsius to positive 46 degrees Celsius. Its multi-role and worldwide operational capability allows it to be deployed in the jungle, desert countries like Afghanistan, and even in the Arctic regions. The prototype Viking vehicles were delivered to the British Army in June 2001. The Viking vehicles completed a 24-month series of trials in Norway, the UK, Sweden, and Oman. The roof of the front vehicle's cabin is fitted with a ring mount for a 12.7mm caliber Browning heavy machine gun, or a general-purpose machine gun. To increase this protection, the BVS10 Viking is also equipped with 2 groups of 4 smoke grenades, dischargers mounted to the front of the vehicle and the top of each front row. This military vehicle's driver or vehicle commander can operate smoke dischargers or white phosphorus grenades. This is what you would call a one-stop shop of military equipment, an amphibious armored vehicle capable of handling all terrains. Nothing gets better than the BVS10 Viking. 10. The Navy LCAC. Approaching the end of our video, let's pay homage to the severely trained Navy squad. One of their most reliable vehicles is the LCAC, fully known as Landing Craft Air Cushion. The Navy LCAC is the only vehicle that can transport an M1 Abrams tank from an amphibious ship to the beach. The Navy LCAC is a high-speed, over-the-beach, fully amphibious landing craft capable of carrying 60 to 75-ton payload. The Navy LCAC payload capability and speed combine to significantly increase the marine ground element's ability to reach the shore. Air cushion technology allows this military vehicle to reach more than 70% of the world's coastline, while only 15% of that coastline is accessible by conventional landing craft. Concept design of the present-day Navy LCAC began in the early 1970s with the full-scale amphibious assault landing craft, AALC. In addition to beach landing, the Navy LCAC is suitable for personal transport, evacuation support, lane breaching, mine countermeasure operations, and marine and special warfare equipment delivery. All of the planned 91 crafts have been delivered to the Navy. A service life extension program is currently in progress to add 10 years of service to the craft design life, delaying the need to replace these versatile crafts. The multi-million-dollar vehicle, Navy LCAC, as far as matters waters operations are concerned. 11. Willys Jeep. Next, we travel back in time to look at the audaciously built Willys Jeep, the world's first mass-produced civilian four-wheel drive car. The Willys MV and 4GPW, both formerly called the U.S. Army trucks and commonly referred to as Jeep, were highly successful American off-road capable light military utility vehicles built in large numbers to a standardized design for the United States and other allied forces during World War II. The Jeep eventually became the primary light-wheeled transport vehicle of the United States military, with President Eisenhower once calling them one of 3 decisive weapons the U.S. had during the war. It was the world's first mass-produced four-wheel drive car, manufactured in 6-figure numbers. A large number of them were given to the U.S. allies, including Russia. Jeep became the iconic car of World War II, with an almost mythological reputation of toughness, durability, and versatility. Not only did it become a workhorse for the American military, but its improvised field modifications made the Jeep capable of just about any other function the world could think of at the time. After World War II, the original Jeep continued to serve in the Korean War and other conflicts until it received a complete redesign by Ford of the 1960 M151 Jeep. The success of Willys Jeep inspired both an entire category of recreational four-wheel drives and SUVs, making a four-wheel drive a household term, and numerous military light utility vehicles incarnations. 12. Gerald R. Ford Aircraft Carrier. Lastly, we look at the Gerald R. Ford Aircraft Carrier, a frequently modeled design in those sci-fi movies you love so much. The Gerald R. Ford class is a class of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers being used by the United States Navy. This class of aircraft carriers is named after former U.S. President Gerald R. Ford, displacing about 100,000 tons when fully loaded. This military vehicle can steam faster than 30 knots, cruise without resupply for 90 days, and launch aircraft to strike targets hundreds of miles away. What can you possibly do with $13 billion? The same amount can get you one Gerald R. Ford carrier. The multi-billion military carrier was launched from dry dock into Virginia's James River in 2013 to begin its trials. The ship is expected to officially start operations this year. but not before consuming another $780 million on top of the already hefty $13 billion. The finished carrier measures 1,106 feet long and 250 feet high. The Gerald's R-Ford includes sleeping quarters, numerous recreation areas, a gym, and an air conditioning system. What better way to conclude the watch than a modern military vehicle? The Gerald's R-Ford carrier will undoubtedly serve the Americans for many years to come. Thank you for watching our video on the 12 most insane military vehicles. The art of war is never complete without such machines. Such machines enable soldiers to work more effectively, saving time, money, and most importantly, their lives. If you enjoyed our video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more of our amazing content. Like and share the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for timely updates of our latest uploads. We value your feedback. Feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comment section below.